Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going? Thursday afternoon. It's just insanely windy here. We have a storm system rolling through the region. Snow. We're not supposed to get a lot. We're supposed to get mostly lake effect bands of snow. So I don't know if there's going to be any accumulation or whatever, but it's the wind is wreaking havoc. Yeah, some snow, not much. They're calling for possibly 2 to 4 centimeters in this area here. Um, Northern Ontario on the snow belt's going to be like pelted. I think they're saying up to 40, between 40 and 50 centimeters. So yeah, fun shit. Fun. It goes from one extreme to the next. It's been relatively nice over the last few days, but um, polar vortex is disrupting El Nino or El Nino, whatever, however it is, I don't know. Disrupting it, and it is bringing in a cold front. It's getting cold. Hey, Adrian. Hey, Tim. How are you? Good to see you guys. I want to say happy Thanksgiving to my friends down in the U.S. They're celebrating their Thanksgiving today, and of course, I bet some people. Well, I shouldn't say some people. I think a majority of people around the world can't wait to see those Black Friday fucking videos. There's always something insanely fucking stupid coming out of the U.S. when it comes to um, you know um, Black Friday deals. Tim is the watchman, Tom. That's who Tim is. So yeah, happy Thanksgiving to you guys. Enjoy your turkey and everything else. Um, Unfortunately, they had something that's kind of disrupted things in the nation's capital. A couple National Guardsmen shot, and both, from what I understand, the last report had gone through surgery, um, both in critical or life, whatever situations. The guy was captured, and they're claiming he is an Afghan nationalist. So who knows? Apparently, it was planned, pre-planned, whatever else. I don't know, but that's the mainstream media for you. How that goes, I don't know the exact details. Obviously, I'm not in the know there, but I'm sure you're going to hear. And there probably already isn't a crap load of theories out there as to why this unfolded. False flag, create diversions away from the Epstein scenario, so on and so on. I mean, we all know that that's one of the operanduses, right now with what's going on with false flags, if you will, and you know, create a diversion from the Epstein files, right? We're going to get rid of the vermin in our country, and some of those vermin are people that li- you know legally and rightfully migrated to the US seeking a better life. They come from a country that is like literally in ruins. Hey, crazy Mark, how are you? Good to see you. Literally in ruins, and they seek opportunity and they seize it. And I get it. There's a lot that don't. There's a lot of people that come to the U.S. and in Canada that create chaos, and it's unfortunate, but it happens. And blaming the other administrations for being the root cause of it isn't the answer to getting things sorted out. But that's the way things are, right? It's just the way is, and it's sad. It really is. But I'm not going to get into political bullshit. Um, been having way too much fun with Sora. Like fucking AI is just insane. What you can do with it, and of course, created a. Hey Rob, how are you? Created a. A theme, a scenario, a scene based on the immortal words of David Ferrant. The beginning of the show. Here, I'll play it. For those who may not know, I'm sure you already know, but I'll play the clip. All right, getting right here at the intro, and then
you are listening to Nocturnal Frequency Radio, hosted by Steve Jenny and his satanic assistant, Alex Houdini, both of whom can't go into churches without formatting.
So, of course, I took that scenario, the wording, and I put it into AI, into Sora, to see what it would come up with, and it actually did a better job than I anticipated. For those who haven't seen it, I'll play it for you. I've played it over and over. It's hilarious. Alex absolutely loves it. Load it up here. All right, so just and we'll play it.
Smells kind of off in here. You feel that? Like the air just shifted. Smells kind of off in here. You feel that? Like the air just shifted.
Oh man, I get a kick out of it. But yeah, too much fun. Too much fun with Sora. And yeah. So should I put that up with the the intro? Quite possibly. Could do it. I don't know. It's hilarious. I get a kick out of it. What was I going to say? So I was editing what footage we have for the Dark Woodlot last episode. And as I mentioned in prior, it's been a curse trying to get this last episode shot. It's just like between weather and sickness. And hey, Laura, how are you? Between weather, sickness, and coyotes, shit hasn't gone our way. Let's see, not a good time for me. Yeah. Yeah, it's been interesting. So, I've been working on getting the editing done for the existing footage. I must say that it is I mean, the whole purpose of it really was to sort of give you a glimpse into a pseudo sort of world, and things have happened. It's kind of like the Philip experiment. You create a ghost out of nothing, and psychologically it works. It really does. I mean, people really, really, I think are able to generate, in their minds and energy wise, what they think might be a ghost. You know, I mean, when you look at like orbs, yeah, no, no. Out of all seriousness, look at the Philip experiment. Hey, Barry, good to see you, buddy. Always good to see you. Happy Thanksgiving to you guys down in the States, by the way. You guys are celebrating today, Thursday. Um, but I mean, when you look at the Philip experiment and you look what they did and what they achieved, it's actually really, really unique and interesting. And trying to apply it, in a different scenario. And I think that's what this was all about, you know. Let's see. So more on that, obviously. I don't want to give away too much about that because the last episode will basically bring everything together, hopefully bring everything together and kind of give you, wait, what? Seriously? That moment of what the seriously? You know? So, um, like I said, it's been a curse so far. It hasn't worked out exactly how I've wanted to have it worked out. It's getting there. And as many of you know, I mean, time is running out on that particular, to be able to shoot there because they're gearing up to develop on the land. And like I said, I don't even know if the particular woodlot itself is going to survive, if they're going to plow it down or what. I haven't got a clue. I haven't seen anything other than, the city owns it now. They purchased it, and you know, they're going to be, I don't know, saving it to make some sort of, trail system throughout the, wherever, which would be cool. To at least it survives, but sorry, cooking and lurking. Yeah, well, you getting ready for Thanksgiving there, Laura? Cooking a turkey and the fixins and stuff like that. I know a lot of people will be doing that today, obviously, in the U.S. We celebrated ours. We always, in October, and obviously it is something here in North America. Celebrating, um, you know, providing, food and harvest and giving back. And, primarily when the first Europeans came to North America and were shown, how to harvest here from the natives, from the indigenous people. And, basically give it, thanks back to the harvest and so on and so on. But most people now, it's all about Black Friday. It's like screw Thanksgiving. Who cares about Thanksgiving? I mean, don't get me wrong. Thanksgiving in the U.S. is huge. Football and turkey and everything else. I mean, football. I mean, if you're a big football, and I'm not talking about European football, I'm talking about American football. If you're a big fan, then great. You love Thanksgiving because I think they have what three games on today, 3 games, something like that, and then again playing out throughout the whole weekend. So it's a extra long weekend. Today you got Thanksgiving, tomorrow you got Black Friday, and then you got the weekend, and then Cyber Monday. I don't know. Is that a thing in the US, Cyber Monday? I think it is. I know here it is. And we even have Black Friday deals up here. Because I mean, that's been a thing for a while. But obviously, with how things politically have gone between trade and blah blah blah, a lot of people, a lot of Canadians aren't traveling down to the US right now. They just aren't. Um, so I think obviously you're going to see a lot of the sales. I was looking at a lot of the hotels where we usually go. I don't normally go down there. My wife does, and she has a little group that goes down there and picks up, does a lot of the Christmas shopping and gets the Christmas deals, during Black Friday. Um, and a lot of the hotels in the area were still not booked, and normally they're fucking booked right up. Like if you're last minute, forget it. You'll be lucky to get a hotel in the area. Normally around Grove City in Pennsylvania, there, just north of Pittsburgh, is usually where they go. They're in Cranberry, which again is just outside of Pittsburgh. And this year, last minute hotels are available. It's really weird because I mean, normally that's like no, you're not going to get a hotel. You'll be fucking lucky. But people, have said, you know what, we're doing it up here. We're shopping up here, and so on and so on. Um, and that's just the mentality because of the rhetoric that's being spewed by a particular individual. And I think we're all aware of who. Um, about the whole 51st state and shit like that. I mean, whatever. But like I said, I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to get into the details. And it's not like Canadians hate Americans. It's got nothing to do with hating Americans. Fucking God, no. It's the guy in charge that's making these fucking, and I know, you probably have some Trump supporters, but hey, that's your prerogative. That's fine. You're a Trump supporter, then great, fine, whatever. But I'm not going to be political about it. I'm just going to say that's just the way the sort of landscape is right now because of it. But anyways, happy Thanksgiving, you guys down in the States. Enjoy uh the turkey dinners and football and whatever else you guys do on Thanksgiving. I mean, because everybody doesn't watch football. I mean, there are a lot of people watch football, but not everybody. So what do you guys normally do down during Thanksgiving? Laura's cooking her turkey dinner, and I mean that's probably like a mainstay. Barry, what do you do during Thanksgiving? You do the family thing, grab, go out for some turkey dinner. What do you guys do? I mean, you're from, I believe, from Ohio, right? But you're in Kentucky now. And Julie, you're down there too. What do you normally do during the festive Thanksgiving season? Let's see. Uh, I got eat good food and visit my family. I don't own a TV. It says it's just me here. Why bother cooking a big meal? Yeah, I mean, yeah, obviously. Uh, Michael, you cook, or does somebody else cook for you? Because I like how you say, I mainly just cook and eat good food and visit with family. Yeah, I mean that's the the obvious scenario, right? Yeah. Hey, cheers to that, right? I got the day off, so hey, you know, got the day off. I cook a little, some stuff, mainly dessert. uh, let's see here. I'll put if anybody wants to come in, I'll go for a little while. Obviously today, hour, 2 hour and a half. There's the link. You guys are more than welcome to come up. Again, just open conversation. Nothing too crazy. Some ham and cornbread. Oh, I love cornbread. I love cornbread. And yes, this Mexican can cook. Well, that's good to hear, Barry. I love cornbread, man. Cornbread, fuck it. It's so delicious. And done right, oh, so good. Love it. Let me see here. Get this out. I'm gonna blast this out. See if we can get the maestro himself on. There we go. Has to be baked in a cast iron skillet, or it ain't right. Yeah, well, see, I don't know, but like I said, when it's cooked properly, it is so good. I love cornbread. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Here, I'll put this out to some more. We'll get this. There we go. Okay, let's see here. Okay, that's right. All right. So this Sunday, we what's this here? What's going on here? All right, get there. Yeah, so this Sunday we have Keith Linder coming on the show. And like I said, Keith was on, oh God, it has to be at least 10 years ago. He came on to talk about his the house that he had moved into with his wife, um, and the violent sort of activity that he experienced when he lived while living in that house. He has actually written a few books about it. Um, Fairly interesting case. Again, I mean, it's up to you on what you believe and what not, obviously. But he's coming on to sort of give us an update as to what's going on in that scenario. So I'm looking forward to having Keith on. And the show that we're having on December 7th, which is going to be our last show of 2025 before we go into our holiday hiatus, is with John Hansen, which I'm looking forward to. UFO reporter, author, ex-retired police officer, um, who happens to have one of the largest UFO archives in the UK. So he's going to be on the show. And again, that's starting at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So 10 p.m. UK time. That's on the 7th. And then we'll have a couple shows. I think 2 or 3 shows in January. We're going to have kicking us off in the new year will be Todd Bates. Todd Bates is a longtime EVP researcher. He was the host of a show called Haunted Voices. I've known Todd for many years. Super nice guy, and I'm telling you, when it comes to the EVP research, the guy's incredible. So I look forward to catching up to him. It's been a long time, so looking forward to having. I don't even think he's ever been on the show, ever. I think this will be the first time he's been on the show. I mean, I've conversed with Todd many times in the past. It's a long time. So it'd be good to sort of catch up with him and see how things have been going with him and so on and so on. But yeah. Hold on. Ooh, our good friend Mr. Williams will be joining us. So yeah, but yeah, so that's December 7th. And Todd Bates will be January 11th, I believe. Let me just look at this. Jan 11th. Yeah, January 11th will be the first show in 2026. And then in February, we're going to do a vampire month. We're currently searching for a real life vampire, if you will, as real as you can get, I guess. You know, somebody who actually lives the lifestyle, and there's many of them that do, do drink blood that's donated to them or have a donor or whatever else that allows them to drink X amount of blood daily or however it is. I don't know. But we're going to have a month of vampire related shows. So I'm looking forward to that too. I mean, and if you guys have any suggestions on guests or topics or anything like that, just let us know. I think we're going to kind of fray away from the the paranormal norm, if you will. There's just too much bullshit going on right now. Just too much drama. And we would kind of like, Alex and I would like to kind of analyze and discuss and chat, other parts of, high strangeness, if you will, other things that are under the paranormal umbrella that, again, scenarios that are very, very rare. It's hard to find something that hasn't been chatted about in a long time or ever. You know, like strange cases. It's really cool to find cases that are very unique, and it's very rare now because of the amount of coverage there is out there now because of all the shows, the podcasts, and so on and so on. It's really, really tough to find that needle in the haystack, if you will. I wanted to, let me just show you this. Hold on. See if I can find it again. Hello, sir.
Hello. How are you?
It's been a long time.
Indeed.
How have you been?
I was not too bad, thanks. I was going to say, stay away from my derriere. It's Matt is on with Steve Genier.
That's cool, man. Yeah, I've seen some of the places you've been exploring. Some really cool places, man.
Oh God, yeah. Well, they're all good fun, aren't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that one you sent me was a little weird.
Only one.
No, not only one. I'm just saying one.
One.
But the graveyard that's actually really cool.
Just trying to think now. Which one's that? Oh, the Exeter
Yeah, yeah,
catacombs. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
What's
when
the
you said
deal?
graveyard, I was thinking, what graveyard have we been to? Oh, yeah, it's the catacombs. Well, that's kind
Yeah.
of a graveyard, I suppose. Yeah. Yeah.
What's the scenario story behind that place?
To be honest, I don't know much about it. I was just told that it was open, so we went down there, and it was kind of funky. It was. I couldn't work out why they kind of put it where they did, because it's on this like really steep hill,
Yeah.
and it's not. It doesn't seem like it's a hell of a lot of space to put graves when you put them on the side of a hill, because you've got to space them out and step them down, and yeah. But then there was this thing right at the top, just as you were to go into the town, as it were. So it's the last thing on the hill before you hit the town. So yeah, don't really know too much about it. Actually, don't know how haunted it is or anything. That shows how much research I do. Let me have a look now.
Yeah, but I
Let
mean,
me. I'll look really clever in a second.
you don't really go in too much for the haunted business. I mean, you just go in there to explore, really, right?
I believe in it, but
Yeah.
I find it can be a bit tedious sometimes. Standing around for ages trying to get something, and I mean, you can get things and they can be interesting, but because I like to film the whole thing and I don't just cut it down to the kind of the meatiest moments. I kind of feel that it's just not a lot happening, which is the general thing with paranormal. Is, I mean, you don't walk into a graveyard and click your fingers and then suddenly Casper the ghost is standing right beside you. It doesn't
Exactly.
work like that. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe I should. And then the thing is, as well, I don't even notice some of the things that are going on in the footage, and people tell me afterwards, "Oh, look at that and listen to this point," and I'm like, "Oh, wow." People seem to put more into what they're looking at than I have when I film these things. I don't necessarily spot them, but anyway, catacombs and lower cemetery, 200 years old. It was built as an extension to create the catacombs for the wealthy of Exeter. The growth of the city being put on strain with the existing burial grounds, and the cholera epidemic of 1832 had required a need for new facilities outside the city wall. Yeah. Apparently there were 3 fields there that were just kept for grazing, and then they did something near that. It didn't. Well, in its time, it cost £2,300. So, but that
Wow.
was obviously total cost of £6,000. But that was a long time ago.
Yeah. Well, it's probably what we're talking when was established. Like, I mean, what something that place was probably established many years ago.
Yeah, it's got like an Egyptian style to the front of the catacombs when you go in, but I mean, it's kind of hard to see at night unless you're a distance away from it. And yeah, there was lots of sections there that were just never occupied. So
Wow.
yeah,
And as you said, just left for grazing.
yeah.
Wow.
And there's John Dinham, a tea importer, was buried there. Samuel Wesley was an organist and composer. I fancy I know that name. John Gendall, an Exeter artist, and William Woodbridge, miller of Cricklepit.
Cricklepit. That's an interesting name. Cricklepit.
Yeah.
Cricklepit.
I'm going to get my shit at Cricklepit.
Get my shit at Cricklepit.
And
yeah, thanks for sharing the Urbageddon stuff, man.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I forgot to do it. It's just one of many things that I forgot to do right after the event, but yeah.
How was it in comparison to the other ones?
I mean, it was okay. There
Yeah.
was a few people there. It
Yeah.
was probably about as many as we've had in all of the other events.
Yeah.
But they're not massive events. I mean, like maybe 20 odd people turned up to the event, which
And
is
yeah,
not massive, but it's nice.
yeah, well, it is nice. It's nice to sort of, gather with, people that you've gone on explores with, and so I mean, has there been people there that you haven't explored with?
Mm. Yeah, there's some people. I mean, there were ghost people there who I've not really done anything with,
Yeah.
and I got to meet some of Carl Dark Arts Paranormal's new crew.
Oh yeah.
I think his one of the guys' name is Romy,
Yeah.
and I can't remember the other guy's name. But yeah, they seem like nice chaps, and yeah, they're going out and doing a lot of ghost videos with him now.
Yeah,
You
he's
know?
doing pretty good. I like Carl's stuff.
Yeah,
It's a pretty good job.
yeah, he's consistent, sort of out there doing a lot of stuff.
Him and I really enjoyed that the vid that Dan shared there, that the town of the witches. What's the name of that?
Pendle,
Pendle, yeah.
yeah,
That was really neat.
yeah, that appeared in the Hellboy 3, is it? Hellboy
Oh,
3 or
really?
4? Yeah, the
Yeah.
Pendle witch trials, and it was kind of obviously a lot of fantasy based on that, but yeah,
Yeah.
that was
That's
the
pretty
the
cool.
witches that got hung, then burnt, just to make sure,
Yeah. It's a neat location. I like that. And that place is it's probably really like extremely small. It's really not that big of a place, is it?
Yeah, I mean, I did see a video where he pissed off the locals by going in the. You've seen that one, yeah?
I saw it. Yeah.
Yeah, they were not happy, and they were like, why are you coming here? You can't do this, and it's upsetting the locals. And there's still family members who are related to those witches that died. They live in the village, and they're not happy. And so they were kicking off about it. But yeah.
Well, I guess you get a lot of that in a small little town, right? I mean, people just they figure that a lot of these people are just in there to either desecrate or just stir shit up or whatever, and they don't realize that that's not the case. They're just going in there and just looking around, and they're not really disrespecting. I mean, yeah, you do have a lot of people that disrespect, but I mean, for the most part, I mean, you guys, you don't go in and disrespect. You're just there to explore it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I dare say they weren't actually doing very much in there apart from filming. That was it,
Yeah.
filming and doing a ghost thing. They weren't sort of stamping on graves or digging things up or doing anything that was really obnoxious. But even that was kind of not allowed. I suppose you might have some kind of religious types who are kind of like, no, don't mess with the dead. It might have been a little bit to do with that, perhaps.
I like the guys like, oh, well, you got permission from the vicar. I mean,
Yeah, that's going to happen, isn't it? Yeah.
I mean, our vicar's pretty strict with that shit. No, you can't go in there.
Yeah,
Well,
they're
I
not
mean,
going to let you in there.
no, exactly. It's like I just get this image of this nasty old vicar saying, oh, what are you doing? You can't go in there. Paranormal? What? Why would you do that? That's blasphemy.
Yeah. Communing with the dead is not allowed in the Bible. No. Yeah, even though I don't know. I mean, if when you die, you go to the spirit world, and if God is in or part of the spirit world, then is he dead as well? So therefore, if you're talking to God, aren't you talking to the dead then? So
Exactly.
it kind of, yeah.
It's morbid. Just morbid.
We're not allowed to say that. I'm really sorry, God. I didn't mean it. You're alive, and we're all going to die. You'll still be alive. Yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly. It just you know, it's really neat. You know, these historical places, and again, over there, you have so many of them, so many, so rich and steep in history and everything else. It's you know, I, people, you know, it's one thing to go visit it during the day, but people are just like, so look at, I got to see it at night. You know, this place is creepy, right?
Yeah. Well, that's the best sort of time, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, if you want to have something happen. I mean, you can't imagine going to see a graveyard in the day and like going, "Oh my God, look at that ghost! Oh my God, I felt like I had a hand on my shoulder." It's like that stuff all happens at night. So what do they expect?
And it's even better than, you know, you got the, you know, the local, you know, caretaker or whatever else coming out and like giving, you know, reaming you out and saying, get the hell out of here, you know, kicking
Mm,
you out.
maybe they could have done it with infrared light, and then they wouldn't have been seen.
Could have
But
been.
you
Yeah.
know, they're up there with big lights, so you know, yeah,
Yeah, exactly. But you know, yeah, it's just like I like, you know what? In this case, I like the way how Dan handled it. He was actually pretty professional about it.
yeah.
You know, unlike some other people who'd probably go off the handle. It's like, no, Dan was pretty calm. You know, it was actually really cool to see how he handled it. So,
Yeah, I can't remember what they were, but he made some interesting points as well.
yeah,
So that, you know, he said something about like, well, if this is, I can't remember what he said now, but if this is the sort of like the limits of the graveyard, then um, weren't was it something about weren't the bodies of the witches brought here? And did he say something like that, or are
he,
we
he,
getting mixed up with
he
something else I saw? And they said no, they'd never bring the bodies to no, it is that video. Yeah, they said they would never bring the bodies of witches to consecrated ground.
yeah,
And
yeah, exactly. He said, and he actually, I guess, added by where the bodies might be in
mm,
some other town or village or whatever else. It's not even close to where we are or whatever.
yeah, I mean,
So
he'd done a bit of research on it prior to, whereas hadn't really done any research on the Exeter thing because we were driving around a large area of doing sites, and that was just one of the pins, and we didn't know if we'd get in or not. So it's kind of like, yeah,
have
classic,
you
classic Matt knows research.
have you ever been to Pendle? Like, I mean, investigated or not investigated, but explored it? Never.
Nope, I've never been to Pendle. I'm gonna just look at where it actually is now. Um, see whether I've been near to it. Opening maps. Yeah, I mean it's quite a trek to get up the hill because it's all tracks. There's no roads up it as far as I can see.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, it's quite a large area of just open, you know, sort of not much in that area. It's all below the hill. It's just quite a large area of nothing up there at all. So it'd be the classic place you would go and do witchy type stuff if you were going to do it. But I suppose,
Yeah, well, I mean, and not to mention the you know, the village or town itself is, I guess, typical of English countryside, right?
yeah. I was thinking as well. Somebody said to me, "Oh, we encountered a load of witches, you know, and they were doing a ceremony." And I was like, "Whoa, wow, where's that?" And he said, "Oh, it was up at this place that I'd been to in North Wales. It was an old bomb store."
Yeah.
And I said, "Oh, right, really? And did you film it?" He goes, "Yeah, yeah, it's all in my video." And I looked at the video, and it's just basically a bunch of people having a rave.
Rave.
That's the way it seemed. He said like, "Oh yeah, they were definitely like, you know, up to something, and they were all chanting." And I was like, "Oh yeah, sounds good." It didn't. I don't know. I just thought they just looked like they had a bit of music going and they were messing about, you know.
Mr.
Um,
Wills, Mr. Wills, how are you, Mr. Wills?
Mr. Wills coming in, Mr. Wills.
Yeah, pop in.
Say hello.
Ask Matt about his recent lecture at St. Anne's.
Mm. Yeah, I just gave a lecture on Rudlow Manor, crop circles, and well, I was going to talk about blood types actually, the blue bloods, and the rhesus negatives, of which I am one,
Yeah, I
and
remember you
how.
mentioning that.
Yeah, I didn't quite get round to expanding upon it, so I just, I actually went over time on my talk. I still had a lot to talk about, but yeah, I seem to do this. I don't time myself well in these
Well,
talks.
how long did they give you to talk?
An hour.
An hour, and you you can fit it all in an hour. It's just
Yeah,
amazing though how that works out though.
yeah, the time. I mean, I spent too long on Rudlow Manor and the underground stuff, and then I had to speed up on the crop circle stuff, and I was just getting to the point where I was going to start talking about uh, weird sort of paranormal psychic events that I'd
Mm.
had. Not just the UFO stuff, but things to do with like affecting physical objects with the power of the mind.
Yeah.
That I've had a couple of those sorts of incidents, and didn't get around to talking about them. In particular, feeling quite wound up, sort of driving home from work one day, and my head was fizzing,
Mm.
because like I didn't realize that I probably had a lot of adrenaline in my system, which I now take tablets for. I never knew this. So I just my brain used to just fry. And anyway, I sort of got out of the car. Before I'd got home, that's right, the
Mm.
needles in my car had gone up into the red. They'd all the car needles had gone up.
Wow.
And then I thought to myself, wow, I seem to be sort of like freaking out, and it's like, and look, the needles have all gone to the red, and I'm like, whoa, calm down, just breathe, calm down, and then all the needles came back down, and it was like, wow, that was interesting. So I got home, parked the car, walked up to the house, and I just felt like I still had something in me, and I stared at these glass balls that we had, which were fishing balls in a they have like a little bit of rope twine around them, and the fishermen used to hang them off the edge of the boats and use them for fishing,
Mm.
drag them behind the boats. Anyway, I stared at one of these things, and I just felt myself like letting out like energy, just like
Yeah.
letting it go,
Yeah.
and this thing just exploded on the other side of the garden. I was like, what the fuck?
Wow.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
That's insane.
So there's been a few little incidents like that, and I don't know you know, where it all comes from, but I just wonder whether, we've all got latent powers that we don't necessarily acknowledge, and we may have had more access to this in the past, and we've forgotten how to use these things. But
We exactly where it comes and where you're dispersing, because obviously it seems like you're dispersing energy as well. Like, where's that going to? Hey, Sab, how are you?
hey, Sam, yeah, and storms,
Yep.
yeah,
Good old Barry. And once again, happy Thanksgiving to those of you guys in the U.S. So
yeah.
Thanksgiving today.
Dazzy says Romy with the many, many, many layers. Yeah, he was. He was wearing like a load of clothes, and then he had a hoodie, and then he had a coat. It's like we were in a, and I said, "You got a lot of layers on. You must be cold." Like, considering we're in a pub, it's quite warm.
And you're
Yeah,
in a pub and he's got shitloads of layers. That's hilarious.
yeah,
And like, Carl, talking about Armageddon, fucking Carl biking all the way there, eh?
yeah. Explorer
Holy
McCall.
crap, man.
He got a lift home though. He managed to get his bike broken down and put in somebody's car and got a lift home.
Yeah.
But his intention was to cycle there and cycle all the way back. But yeah,
Holy crap.
yeah,
But the layers keep you warm. No, I'm just reading what Sab said. That was me with my air rifle. That was
yeah,
Steve, yeah.
yeah. Smashing the glass thing. Yeah,
That's yeah. Wow. Yeah, I mean, how many kilometers did he go? Like
I
it
think it was
quite
about 20 miles.
20 miles? Wow.
Yeah,
Holy crap.
yeah,
And it looked like, one portion of it having to go up, stairs or whatever, the inclines and everything else. But he you want to do it, hey, it's a good get some good exercise.
Yeah, did he film himself on his bike? I'm not sure. I don't really
I
see.
think he didn't film. I don't think while he was on his bike, but he did film when he stopped in certain places, and he did film the journey. But I don't. Yeah, I don't think he ever actually was filming while he was driving, like riding his bike. But I could be wrong. From what I remember, it was just like he'd stop in an area and kind of talk about it, and then go on and go on and go on, and then obviously when he got to the pub, and who's standing outside? Will's standing outside, and Will's like, yeah, you can't park your bike there, it's taken. That was funny. Good old Will. How's Will doing, by the way?
Yeah, he's okay.
Yeah, yeah, because
Yeah, his dog passed away.
oh
Yeah. So, but I think that was probably like myself. He was looking after an elderly dog, and it was stopping him from getting out sometimes because he couldn't really trust his dog with anybody because his
yeah.
dog was a little bit likely to bite.
Yeah. What kind of
Mm.
dog was it?
Mm. A Doge de Bordeaux,
Oh,
massive
wow. Massive dog.
head like that.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Wow. Must have been a few pounds, that's for sure.
Yeah, he managed to bite me on one occasion.
Ouch.
Yeah, I
Ouch.
thought he was, first time I met him, he was fine with me, and I was able to stroke him, and he was like fine. And then the second time I went, hey, how you doing, Caesar? And I went up to him and went, hello, mate. Like, and he just rumph.
Oh.
Yeah.
Took a chunk out of you?
No, just bit my hand, I think it was. Yeah. Yeah, it was either a hand or he bit me on the arm because I sort of realized he was going to do it, and I might have turned slightly and he caught me on. I can't remember now, to be honest. It's been a while. I remember some of them. I've got a scar of, well, 2 scars of dog teeth there where it bits right through. So it went from the top right through
Ouch.
to there with another
Ouch.
person's dog.
Ouch.
I've had an Alsatian bite me. Oh, God. I've had loads of dogs over the years.
Wow. Huh. I mean, and it's and I thought, puppy teeth were sharp, but holy shit, when they get their adult teeth, it's not so much that they're sharp, but the power.
Yeah.
Obviously the force becomes so much more than just the pin needles of the puppy teeth.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's insane. Yeah. Ozzy's 6 months now, 6 months old.
Blimmin' heck.
Yeah, he's getting up there, but he's doing a lot better. I have him in training, so he's doing a lot better now. He's doing really good, actually. So it's amazing how training works out.
Do you go on the training, or is somebody doing it? Yeah.
No, I go. We go with him. We go with him when he does his training, and kind of work with him and work with him as he's getting his training. So it's a I think, what is it, an 8-week course or something, and it's highly recommended, the course. And I mean and you do, I've definitely seen a difference. There's no doubt about that. So
you've got a highly trainable breed. Well, 50-50 highly trainable. You've got a bit of both. You've got the kind of the Malamute Huskies that are not very trainable, and then you got the highly intelligent sheepdog. So yeah, you've got a chance, perhaps. Yeah,
exactly. But high energy, I love it, man. He's got so much energy. It's great. I love it.
Yeah.
It's he wants to get out. Let's go out. I'm trying to look for a like a place where I can take him and just let him off leash and just go nuts. Right? I actually found a place not too far from here that you could do that. Just let him go nuts. Right, run in, burn his energy off, because he's got so much energy, and you need to let him get out and burn that, right, every once in a while. So it's nice to be able to find, get a place like that. So
yeah, you need to have good recall with a dog like that, because the husky side wants to run and go.
Yeah,
doesn't want to listen.
No. So
yeah,
Well, like any dog, really, food. Oh, hey, yeah, I'm there. I'm there.
Mm,
Yeah, I got a treat for you. Yeah, come on over. But you find that it's like, okay, this treat's low level. It's not working. You're gonna have to get the major hitter out.
mm,
Like the cheese or something like that. Oh
yeah,
yeah, yeah, I'm definitely there.
yeah.
Dog treats aren't doing it. I don't want any of that crap, right?
They know all those different sounds as well of different types of food that are coming. Like if you open the fridge and
Yeah.
then you crinkle the cheese packet, they kind of like straight there.
Oh yeah, like yeah. As soon as you have a bag, you're opening a bag, and it might be something that you're cooking or whatever, and they're like, "Oh yeah, what do you got?" They're investigating. They're right there. It's like, are you gonna give me some of that? No.
Yeah.
But I mean, with Angel, what kind of food were you giving Angel? Just anything,
Oh, she used to eat everything. She used to always
everything.
have the scraps of it. I eat hot curries. She'd have the last bit of it. She'd lick the plates clean. I kind of let her
Wow.
do that. So she
Yeah.
was curries, pizzas, soup. After soup, she'd lick the soup bowl.
Wow.
Yeah, she'd just have anything
Just
really.
about anything, right?
Yeah, mushrooms, onion, which I say is not good for them, but yeah.
Yeah, but they say a lot of things are. I mean, you have like your naysayers, and then you have people say, "Oh no, that's good for them." It's like, well, you feed it human food. No, don't give it human food. That's not good. But I hear, yeah, just give it human food. Rather than the dry kibbles.
Yeah,
You know, it's like
yeah.
you're depriving your dog of nutrients by giving
Well,
it dry
they got
kibbles.
it's meant to have everything they need, isn't it? That's the whole point.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Dazzy says Angel was one spoilt fucker. Yeah, she was. I used to take her to McDonald's with me and she'd have a cheeseburger every time.
Really? A
Yeah.
cheeseburger?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
So
cool.
I'd say, you want to have a cheeseburger? Cheeseburger. And that was like she'd start like drooling and
She'd know.
getting
She'd
quite
know.
excited. Yeah.
We're going to McDonald's to get a cheeseburger.
Yeah. And it'd be one fry for me, one fry for the dog. One fry for me, one fry for the dog. Yeah.
We'll keep you occupied. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go.
Yeah. And they say salt's not good for dogs, but the dog loved it.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
salt's not good for us, so we
Yeah.
still eat salt, right?
Yeah. Makes life more bearable.
Yeah, exactly. Uh, but that the I was gonna, yeah, it with the training, what I do find, yeah, like you're saying, it's amazing how quick
Mm,
he is able to pick up stuff, because I think it's stuff already I've kind of ingrained, like I've already started with them.
mm,
And then when they come and bring it about and say, "Oh, it'll take you a while." No, he's already got this.
mm.
Like the whole stay, sit, the whole basic stuff. He's already got all this stuff. He knows that stuff.
Oh, but they're very smart.
Yeah.
Those dogs, they pick it up. Yeah.
I mean, he's still going through a little bit of teething, right? I mean, and he's nippy when he plays, and that's fine. I mean, that's normal,
Mm,
and eventually they grow out of it. But
yeah.
he's still I think his breed, I think, what is it, 11 months, something like 11 months before they actually stop sort of growing to the point where height wise and so on and so on, and then they start to fill out a bit after the 11 months.
What's your how do you call him in the childish way that we like invent these new ways to sort of call our dogs? To be like Angel,
Oh,
Angel. How do you call it? What's the different ways that you call him? And have you got any silly, special, childish names that you call him?
yeah, well, Ozzy, I'll go Ozzy, Ozzy, right?
Ozzy. Yeah.
Ozzy, and he'll
Yeah.
probably come up, Ozzy, Ozzy.
He let you down now, see, because you're on air.
Oh, maybe. Well, I've got a bone up here.
Crinkle a packet.
I don't have a packet up here I could crinkle.
I used to call Angel Stinker. I was like, "Oi, Stinker."
Oh, here he goes. Oh no, he's probably passed out. Probably passed out. Yeah, I would sort of sniff a lot.
Mm,
Oh my god, the guy's just like you'll take him out. You know how there's times when you take him for a walk and they have their different kind of moods that they're in.
mm,
And him, it's like you take him out, he really doesn't want to go for a walk. He just wants to relax. It's like so he'll pick up every twig and piece of garbage or whatever else, and you're like, no, get rid of that, right? You know, it's just and you're like, okay, you don't want to go for a walk. Okay, we'll go back home. You don't, you're not for a walk. And then, there's times when he just wants to, he sniffs everything,
mm, mm.
sniffing everything, right?
Yeah.
And, like any puppy, distraction. I mean, other dogs and everything else. I mean, how was Angel with other dogs?
Pretty bad, but towards the end she mellowed out because I think she was getting old,
Yeah.
so she just didn't have it in her to kind of didn't have the fight in her. But when she was just maybe 2 years ago, if she'd see dogs, she'd kind of tolerate them, but if you got close to them, she'd be like getting ready to kind of pounce, because they were like an abomination that should not be allowed in her universe,
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
how was she when you would go pat another dog or whatever?
Well, I'd have to have somebody having a good hold on her because she wouldn't like it. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
very possessive, right?
Oh, yeah.
Territorial. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This Ozzy's kind of like that. He's actually pretty good. I mean, he does kind of get, oh, what are you doing petting that other dog? What? You can't be doing that.
Mhm.
And then they kind of go over and say, no, you can't pet my person. What the hell?
Yeah. I tended to find that I best way with Malamutes was food. So
Yeah.
I would use the word, and I wouldn't like if I was on air now, I wouldn't use the word. I'd spell it out like TREAT.
Yeah.
But if I ever said that word, it meant there is a treat waiting for you. So come, and then that really could make her like she'd be asleep downstairs, and I'd just go treat. She'd wake up and then
Yeah.
come up, you know.
Wow. Yeah.
Good thing to kind of train them to that word so that it's a good recall technique because it's like, do you really want to go and fight that dog or do you want this food I got by here? And it's
Yeah.
like the only thing that will kind of break their,
And that
break their
yeah,
attention.
exactly. Food. Yeah. I mean, yeah, exactly what I was saying with Ozzy. It's just like, okay, there's this other dog coming. Okay, here you go. Look at this. Look at this. And, kind of take the distraction away. The distraction now is the food. It's like, and then they try to go, like he'll try to go back and look, and by then they're gone. So it's like, okay, and carry on. Carry
Yeah.
on. So yeah, they're interesting creatures. That's for sure, man.
You allow him to come up on the furniture? Does he jump on the settees and things like that?
That's fine. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
pretty good. He's like I said, he's long past that stage. Well, I shouldn't say long past the stage where he would tear. I mean, Huskies love to tear shit apart, but he's crate trained. So
Mm.
I keep him in a crate right now, and eventually that will be open for him to come and go once he's a little bit more used to it. But I mean, he's not tearing things apart. He'll lie on the couch and just relax.
Yeah.
You know, he's really good with furniture and stuff like that. Um, I said, what's the point of restricting them? Because obviously they're eventually going to do it anyways. Um, but like I said, I guess it was all a point of how he would how he would do it. Would he be good? Would he? And he's been pretty good, man. He hasn't, the whole pissing. I mean, he was going through a stage where if he didn't get him out in time, he'd come upstairs and piss on the carpet. Right? But now he doesn't even do that anymore.
Yeah.
He doesn't do that. He's never. The only time he's ever. There's been a couple times where he'd done done number 2 on the carpet. But that was when we first got him here. He wasn't used to his surrounding, right?
Yeah.
And then just a few months ago, actually just a few weeks ago, we had given him some medication for his heartworm and stuff like that, and they gave it to him the next weight class up because he was growing into that weight class, and I think it was too much for him, and it gave him the runs. So basically, he couldn't wait. He just unleashed on the carpet. But other than that, he's been really good.
Yeah, well, they're usually better behaved, I find, when they're younger than when they get older. They can't control themselves, and then
No.
you got to give them a free pass. Then it's
Yeah. Exactly. When they get older, obviously, there's certain things we have to realize. It's like us when we get older, right? Oh, scary thought.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think we have to shit and piss more, but we do go to the toilet to do it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but I mean, there's unfortunately, when you get to a point, you're like, you might have an emergency. Hopefully not, but
yeah.
Things evolve.
Well, speak for yourself, Steve.
Thankfully, I haven't had that problem yet, Matt.
Yeah.
Hopefully, never. Oh my God. So what explorers you got coming? Well, you can't really. What do you got something coming out soon?
We're going to do something on the coast this weekend. We're not going to be in the sea, but we're going down the coastway. We got some more stuff coming out. I realized I've got a few videos I haven't edited, and I thought I was up to date. But then when I go and look, I kind of go, "Oh shit! Yeah, there's more stuff I got to do." So I'll probably be editing this evening, and unless Jackie Green, it's Thursday, isn't it? Jackie Green may ask me to come on a show. Yeah. Oh God. I don't like looking at spiders and shit that she keeps getting out. Like, her friends want to show off their spiders, and I'm like,
she's got quite the aquarium, man.
Yeah.
All these different insects and shit like that she has. Holy crap.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just I don't see the fascination in something that's just like in a glass cage, like, it's sort of
And just sitting there doing nothing is like, but it is doing something, but you just don't see it because it just waits. It waits till you leave, or you're sleeping. When you're sleeping,
it starts to move around. It doesn't really want to have interactions with humans. Every part of its like DNA is like, don't go near humans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we mobilate them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Well, I noticed. What was that? Again, you did with Dan and what's his name from the U.S. there. That hotel, the hotel, the Island Hotel, whatever the hell it was.
Oh yeah. I took them out to the Spit Forts.
Yeah.
In the Solent. Yeah.
Yeah. And what they were used as defense during what, Napoleon? What was it?
They were designed for it, but never used.
Used.
Yeah, they were thinking that we were going to get some sort of like French invasion into the country, so they put all these what do they call them? Moncel forts, I think they might be called.
Yeah.
And there's all sorts of stuff there. Then they were, repurposed during the war to have the ability to go after any sort of ships that try to come into the Solent, or submarines or anything like that they were expecting might try to sneak in, cause trouble. But yes, never actually got used. I don't think they've ever been used to fire at anything. None of those guns.
And the one that you guys checked out was it was repurposed into a hotel, right?
Yeah, there were two we went, sorry. Two. The first one, I mean, I've done all three over there. There's three total, but no, actually there's four total, because there's two hotels, one original, but it's very run down, and there's one small one which is near the Isle of Wight. So I've done all of those.
Yeah.
But I took Dan to the 2 hotel ones. The one that's closest to Portsmouth is it's now got a injunction on it, which is like a legal order that nobody can trespass on it. So if you
Oh,
do, serious consequences, could even be jail time. If you break that knowingly.
yeah.
I mean, sort of somebody could go there and say, I didn't know there was an injunction there. And I bet you that's going to happen
Yeah.
because somebody's going to go there and going to get into hot water over that. But I mean, I think they say ignorance of it doesn't matter,
Yeah.
and they probably put signs up on there now because to kind of make it enforceable, you've got to kind of make it very visible. Like there is an injunction. If you trespass on this, you have committed a criminal act and blah, blah, blah. So anyway, Josh was worried that the woman wrote to him and said, oh, you've broken in and all this sort of stuff. And they didn't break in, which you can see in the video because the
Yeah.
doors
Yeah.
are open.
Yeah.
And also they did it before the injunction was in place, so it didn't count. So but yeah, Josh was worried. He said, oh, should I stick out the second video of the other hotel? And I said, well, as far as I'm aware, there's no injunction on that one, and you did it before there was any problem. Plus you live in the US, so who's going to come after you?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like it's going to be impossible. So it'll cost a fortune anyway. But yeah.
Well, it was really cool. Well, it was really neat seeing how, getting access and then, obviously using the ladder to get up to the next level and so on and so on to get into the area where you can get inside.
Mm. Dan was convinced. He said, oh, we won't need the ladder. We won't need the ladder. We can get up there without that. And I said, no, you will need the ladder. And he was like, oh, it was resistance to the idea of using the ladder.
Yeah.
And I said, you're going to need the ladder. Trust me, you're going to have to use the ladder.
Yeah.
And they were scared shitless, apparently, because once you get up, it doesn't look too bad from a camera point of view. But I mean, it's quite a height, and then you've got to go up another. Then you've got to put a ladder up, and then you're kind of like looking down, and you're like, Jesus, like this is high.
I just remember hearing, Dan, say to Josh, hold the fucking ladder. Just hold it.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
I mean, I didn't have any problems when I did it, but yeah, it's getting more and more rusty in some of those bits. So I suppose it's getting more and more unsafe to try and do it. But yeah.
How long have they been, I guess abandoned, if you will, like not the hotel itself?
Yeah, I guess probably several years, 10 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah, hang on, let's have a look. Solent forts, how long have they been abandoned? Right, okay. Right, well, they were abandoned from military use in 1956.
Yeah.
They were purchased in the 1980s.
Mm-hmm.
The Spitbank Fort was used as a museum and luxury hotel until 2020, so 5 years.
Wow.
They say it closed down to the COVID pandemic, but I got the feeling that it just wasn't attracting enough people, because it was quite expensive and not everybody wanted to have to go on a dodgy boat ride across to get to this place. I mean, some people would like it, but it wasn't for everybody's taste. So
yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, the top had had stuff on it as well, right? The top part.
Yeah, they added a few bits on that weren't original, I believe, like a glass kind of rooms setup, which had a bar and a fake lighthouse, made above it.
Gotcha.
on one of them, and I'm just trying to think now. I think it was something. I'll have to have a look to remind myself. But there's definitely like a fake lighthouse on one, and there's maybe a building on the other one that weren't part of the original setup. So yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty neat. But yeah, yeah, exactly. Like you said, the condition of them now, it kind of makes you wonder, okay, is it really worth, um, because I mean, you saw in certain areas when you watch the vid that the rust was like, okay, well, maybe this is this is not too fucking safe, you know. But yeah, I could see, the worrisome with the ladder. But I mean that ladder, that ladder, I've seen you use it a few times. It's pretty neat. I have to get my what's the max weight those things are able to handle, those ladders?
um, no idea really how much you could really put on them. Um, People didn't used to climb up the ladders to get in there. They would actually lift the boat out of the water. So they
Yeah.
take the boat up and then put hooks on it, and the hydraulic, you know, machinery would lift it out of the water, and then you'd step off the boat without being sort of swished around by the waves. So I don't know whether those ladders were even really meant to be used, you know. So
Yeah. But they're I mean, they're so compact too. I mean, like how like when you have those things, um when you know broke them down, the ladder itself, like how big is it?
oh, you mean my ladders?
Yeah, 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 your ladder.
Oh, sorry. Oh,
The
those
the
ladders.
retractable ladders.
Oh yeah, I thought you said how much weight could you put on the ladders of the fort?
Oh,
Sorry.
no, 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 no.
Oh, they do bend a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, the um, I say Mick Spanner bends them more than most. Sorry,
Poor
Mick.
Mick. Poor Mick.
Sorry, Mick. But yeah, when Mick's going up them, sometimes I stick it a little bit more straight and hold it for him because I'm just a bit concerned it could possibly go. But yeah, they're pretty solid as long as they're kind of up straight. I think it's about 15 foot to 17 foot, maybe something like
Oh,
that.
wow. Okay.
I've got one of the longest ones they actually make,
Wow.
and they don't do them any bigger because I think the weight thing, they'd have to make it so much thicker, the
Yeah.
material it's made out of.
What kind of
Um,
material is it made out of?
Aluminium,
Oh, wow. Okay. Wow,
and it's
that's
quite lightweight, really, for what it is.
yeah.
Yeah, I've got aluminium ladders that are like proper solid aluminium ladders, and it takes two people to carry them, and even then, it's like they're quite something. And those things do not bend at all. You know, they're solid ladders. But these things, there's a lot of bend in them because they're kind of designed to be a bit more portable, and yeah,
They give it that, allow it to have that sort of, that give,
yeah,
that, with certain weight and stuff like that, able to handle it a little bit more with the give. I mean, yeah, it's, I think, what was it? The first time I saw you use it was, you were going on to, I think it was a ship or something. It was an abandoned ship. I think it was the first time that you're climbing up. The only way up, obviously, was the shift. The ship.
the shit, yeah,
Yeah, the ship.
the shit,
The shit. That
shit,
that ladder's the
shit.
shit.
I'm
It's the
climb,
shit.
I climb up the shit with my ladder.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was Portsmouth, and
yeah,
it was an abandoned ship that's just been left in the harbour. I don't know whether anyone actually owns it,
yeah,
but it's just dumped there. And you could have climbed up via. There was a ladder placed there and a rope stuck over the side, but it was much easier, a hell of a lot easier and safer to actually use the ladder than try to get up the way that people had kind of set it up in the past.
yeah.
I'm just looking now. Apparently, no man's land fort, which I think is the further one away
Mhm.
was used for a 1972 Doctor Who episode called The Sea Devils, which I'm now going to have to
Ah,
watch.
I think I remember that one. I do
Yeah,
remember that episode.
yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So I'm now going to have to check it out to see what it was like, because
Yeah.
that would have been probably when it was still quite militarized in its design, because it
Yeah.
hadn't been turned into a hotel at that point. So it would be
Right.
interesting to see. Yeah.
When were they turned in? When were they turned into a hotel?
Well, I think I just had a look, didn't I? And I find out? Hang on.
Oh, you did mention it, I think.
I did mention it. Yeah, the dates. Where did I see it now? Derelict, Palmerston Follies, they called. Yeah, they were owned by Mike Clare, who owned the Dreams Bed Company, I think it was.
Yeah.
Dreams Beds. And I think he bought both of the. Well, I think he bought all three for £8 million, but he sold them with all the work he did on it as well for 1 million each.
Wow.
So at a big loss.
Yeah. Holy crap.
Yeah.
But
And
go ahead. Sorry.
the one that's the more derelict one that never got turned into a hotel, that got sold for £715,000. So not a, God, I mean, that was quite close to the price of what people were paying for the hotels.
Wow.
Mm.
And I mean, realistically, I mean, what can you do when you go to this hotel? It's like, it's not like you're going to be spending quite a long time there. I mean, there's not much you can do when you're in the hotel, right?
Yeah, he did have an asking price of 4.25 million for one and 3.6 for the other.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this article says one of them sold for 1.1 million, and the other one was basically 1 million via auction in Savills. So I think he's glad to get rid of them because
Yeah.
nothing happening there.
So how far apart are these things?
One of them that is quite close to the shore. You can see it from the shore. It's not a great boat ride over to it. But the second one, when you add the two distances together, is quite far out. You could say it's nearer to the Isle of Wight than it is to Portsmouth.
Okay.
So,
But I
yeah.
mean, in between each one, how far are they apart? Because you
Let
said
me
there was
tell
what,
you,
four of them in total?
there are three,
Yeah.
which are the big ones.
Okay.
Two of which have been turned into hotels,
Yeah.
and the third one is not being used. So hang on, here we are. We got Horse Sands, and there's this one. Spitbank is the nearest. So Spitbank from a measured distance to Spitbank is 1 kilometer from shore. And the second one, which would be Horse Sand, which is the middle one, which is the most derelict one, is a total of 3.8 kilometers. And if I clear this and go straight line to shore, so straight line to, Portsmouth, if you said straight line to Portsmouth, the third one would be near the Isle of Wight, but it's 4.8 kilometers to that
Wow.
one. But if you took it the other way from that one, from the nearest point of the Isle of Wight, it would be 2.4 kilometers.
Oh wow. And yeah, it's like it's really, really cool to think that these things have been sitting around as long as they've been sitting around. I mean, what was Napoleon? We're talking about with the 17th century.
Yeah, hang on. Solent forts, Napoleonic forts. Right, let's have a look what they say. They were built in 1859
Okay, 18.
because of a perceived threat of a French invasion. How long did they take to build? Let's have a look. Back then, they cost £1 million, even back then.
Wow.
So that was a lot of money. So hang on, let's have a look. How much is 1 million in 1856 money today? Let's have a look. Value of 1,856. No, inflation calculator. Hang on then. 1 million in 1856 inflation calculator is from 1856. That's 1, 2, 3. Let's have a look. 4, 5. So it's 1 million. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 100. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's 8 zeros, isn't it?
Wow, yeah.
8 zeros. Right. Okay, so oh god, what's that? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what's that then? Is that 3? Is that 3? No, it wouldn't be 3 billion. Hang on a sec. Right. Oh god, I don't know.
They're worth a lot.
Yeah.
They were worth a lot when they were built. 1 million. Holy crap.
Yeah. I don't know if I got the right amount of zeros here because it's 1,000 times 1,000. So it's 6 zeros. So that's definitely, yeah. I think AI typed in that I wanted 100 million. Hang on.
100 million. Holy crap.
Which is why I thought we were talking then it would be 1 billion.
Yeah.
So please enter a number. Well, I did, but I put the commas in it and it doesn't like the commas. Hang on. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Calculate. Right. That would be worth 38 million today.
38 million to have one of those built.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not a lot, really. You need, it would cost a lot more. I mean, that's just what the money's worth today. But to build something like that today wouldn't cost 38 million. It costs a lot more than that, probably.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. But wow, that's insane.
Yeah.
And they built. Well, you said what? Three of them? 4.
Yeah. Well, there's the 3, which are pretty much. Yeah. So. Yeah.
Wow.
So you're talking like 150 million in today's money.
Wow. Insane. Oh, yeah. Wow. And it's like all of a sudden they go, okay, well, we need to, we're going to take control of these pods again, and we're going to retrofit them for a new threat. Something Stammer would do, right?
Well, I don't know how much they'd protect you these days, those forts, but
no.
Yeah, unless there was a zombie outbreak, maybe you could live there and
yeah,
go back and forth to the mainland to get food.
You guys would have a head start on that, right?
Yeah. But there's lots of other ones being built around the country. These aren't the only ones. They built a whole load. Yeah. These aren't the only ones. How many? Hang on, let's just have a look. How will it let me do the microphone? Oh yes, hang on. I was going to say, will it let me speak when I'm actually on the computer? Hang on. How many Palmerston forts are there around the UK? There is no single definitive number for all the Palmerston forts. This is AI now. Come on.
Wow.
There are at least 100 forts and batteries in total.
Wow.
Not all of them are actually in the sea. So, yeah, like Portsmouth, Plymouth, Thames Estuary, Portsea Island, Portsdown Hill, Yeah, but they're all kind of the same type of thing. A fortification with guns hidden in the fronts of them.
And these
Um,
are all pretty much what on the the southwest sort of part of the UK
no,
in the channel. No,
all the way around, really. I mean,
really?
you've got stuff down as Plymouth, which is like southwest, which is
Yeah,
quite far away from the mainland of Europe and France,
yeah, yeah,
but France comes a lot along the underneath of the UK, so it would be
yeah,
quite easy to come just straight north to various locations.
yeah.
So yeah, there's in Dover, the Solent, Plymouth, Isle of Wight, Kingston upon Hull. Now that's quite far up, so you'd be expecting things to come in from like Amsterdam, Belgium way. That would be the way across there. So there's a hell of a lot of them, but over 100. So you can imagine the cost of doing all those forts.
Maybe maybe they were waiting for those leftover Vikings that forgot to forgot to come when they did thousands of years ago.
Yeah.
Oh wow. But that's neat though. Those things are pretty cool. But I mean, when you first checked that, I mean, how long ago did you first check them out?
I kind of became aware of them when I started doing the urbex for the channel. I started looking for locations and came across them. I wasn't really that familiar with this stuff because I'm not a great sort of historian looking into the past. I mean, the most stuff I know about history is probably things where I lived that were pumped into us when we were kids,
Yeah,
and stuff about Nazi Germany because that was part of my history class. So I learned a lot about that really, but I don't know a great deal about our own fortifications in history apart from you hear the names bandied around like the Battle of Waterloo and all these
mm,
various things, but again I don't know a hell of a lot about them. Devizes had I think the Roundheads
yeah,
battled at Roundway, which is why they
uh-huh,
called it Roundway.
yeah,
Battle that's local. So Roundway, yeah, war, Roundway down Civil War. Yeah, the first English Civil War was it the round? I say I'm probably getting it wrong about the Roundheads now. Even Royalists. Yeah, but I'm not a great historian really.
yeah.
No.
And yeah, it's again when you're a historian, there are so much diversity and so much. Oh man, it's so steep because it's so many years that you know as opposed to somewhere like here. Obviously, I mean, it's just so much steeper and richer in obviously things like this than we'd ever have over here. That's for sure. I mean, ours is pretty basic. But what I like is, the behind the scenes stuff that, it did happen. We don't have an account of it. Like, the Viking movement here. I mean, you just hear about them, making land in Newfoundland or whatever else. But I mean, did they go further in? I'm sure they did, or further down the coast. And there's you hear spots and so on and so on of the possibilities of something. But I mean, all it takes is for somebody to discover something that seems okay. Wait a sec, what's this doing here? Right? Oh wow, they came in this. And that's what you love hearing and seeing is that those breakthrough discoveries that go, wait a sec, we're rewriting what you're telling us with this. I mean, obviously, you
Yeah.
know,
I mean, I'm very interested in history, and I
yeah,
will watch programs on it, but it doesn't seem to stick in my head. It kind of goes in one year and out the other. I'm like, oh
yeah,
yeah, that sounds cool.
yeah,
Yeah. But when you actually look at the amount of fortifications and castles that are in the UK and Scotland, England, Ireland, and Wales, I mean, it's amazing what's out there, and even mansions. Those interest me a little bit more because a lot of the castles are kind of decrepit, and
yeah,
have been left to go. But forts and mansions quite often there's a lot of those which are still around, and they it's more interest in something that's complete to me rather than something that's kind of ruins.
Yeah, I mean, and when you're saying mansions, we're talking about very historical mansion. We're talking about years, like hundreds, if not thousands of years old.
Well, mansions maybe not thousands of years old,
Yeah,
but yeah, certainly last 400-500 years, maybe. Might have stuff out there that's kind of going back that far. Yeah.
yeah, that would be really cool to get into an old mansion. I Who was it? Was it I don't know who it was. Was it Luke? Maybe Luke. Um, that might have went to. I think it was an old mansion, and there was some sort of entry point on the grounds um, before you got to the actual mansion, and I can't remember what the name of that place. I'm pretty sure it was Luke, but what the hell was the name of that? It was actually really cool. The layout of the place, and you can tell obviously tons of people have been there, but and the security was lax. I mean, yeah, I guess security is pretty tight with shit like that, though, right? Mansions.
Sometimes it depends whether or not anyone's taking an interest in it.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of these places, they sort of get run down, they can't afford the upkeep, and the people move out of them and move into another house, and then that kind of gets left. And they're trying to get interest for people to come and do something with it, and rejuvenate it. In the meantime, everyone's going there and exploring these places, so they become fairly well open.
Yeah.
And I think the people who kind of own them, they kind of wash their hands of it, really. They don't want to, they haven't got the money to pay security to be up there permanently. So, and a lot of them maybe not that tech savvy, so they don't know how to kind of put camera systems up to keep the places secure.
Yeah.
I mean, but I went to a really posh mansion, a billionaire's mansion, who went bust owing 782 million.
Wow.
And went bankrupt, and went to his mansion and couldn't get in because other people had done it before me, and they'd stuck up loads more cameras, and was in there about 5 minutes before a guard was banging on the window going, "Fuck off, get the fuck out of here." And he was going mental. So yeah,
I mean,
hit and miss.
trespassing there is like what's the worst you can get with trespassing there?
It's really not. It's not criminal anymore. I mean, it used to be that if you were trespassing on somewhere, somebody could actually say, "Well, your mere presence being here is wrong, and I'll take you to court." Well, that's been decriminalized, because if you're found on a premises and you're asked to leave, provided you leave, you haven't committed any criminal act. As long as you didn't do any damage or break in or anything like that, as long as you're just found in and around the area, that's not a problem.
Yeah.
But America seems to be the place where people think you can't do that because of trespass laws. And I was watching something earlier on where police officer said, if you're trespassed from somewhere, if you don't leave, then you've committed the offense. So that to me sounds pretty much like we got in the UK. It's like, if you've been told to leave and you go, that's it, not a problem. But it's these people that kind of like hang around and won't leave. That's when you see them all getting cuffed up and put in the back of a police car. And there's loads of videos like that on YouTube from the States. I noticed it's a hell of a lot, because they stayed too long and chatted to the police and were a bit belligerent, and they're like, "Right, you're under arrest," and it's like, even though they were on their way to leaving, but they just started, being smart with the cops, and then the cops are like, "I'll fucking show you."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's one thing to just say, and then, if you get mouthy, and, a lot of times the cops are like, fuck this shit. Not putting up with this shit. Yeah. 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 They're like that here. Definitely. Well, in the US, and kind of like that here in Canada as well. Same shit. Like, I mean, they're so fucking anal with trespassing. It's not funny, man. It's not funny. It's just like it's not. It's I wasn't really doing anything. It's like when I did the abandoned golf course there a couple of weeks ago. It's just you got no trespassing signs up, but I mean, there's no security. It's not like anything's being monitored or anything like that. There's no cameras or anything. And like quite literally, everything is like the clubhouse was destroyed by fire 2 years ago, and I figured, okay, I'd probably have a hard time even still, but nothing. I mean, there's a house, an old house that's there that you can't even walk into now anymore because it's totally destroyed. And hell knows, I almost had a nail right through my foot. God, man, it's just insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was real no urgency of, oh, I got to do this quick and leave, so to speak. Although I did see signs of this land is used for hunting. Be cautious.
Mm.
Hunting? Well, hunting. What are you hunting? There's nothing there to hunt. You know, there's
Oh. Myself Explorer says, Matt, have you read the witness statement on the Spitbank Fort website? It mentions Kaylee Colston explorers visiting by boat, which was my boat.
yeah.
Also mentions now there is CCTV and notices outside of the fort. I haven't. Have you got a link for it? You may not be able to put links in, I don't know, into the chat, but if you have, because I don't know which one, I wouldn't mind reading that actually just for a giggle. But yeah.
Hey, myself. How are you? Yeah, that's
We've been to the one in Wales in Haverfordwest. We've
yeah,
been to the one that's on. There's two forts. There's one which is in the sea that's in
yeah.
Plymouth,
Uh-huh.
and there's also the one on. Is it Cook's Island? Cook's Island?
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's called Cook's Island, and yeah, we've been on both of those. So yeah, been to a few around Portsmouth area, and might be going to one on the weekend actually. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Ooh, that'd be pretty cool. That'd be
Mm.
really cool. Yeah. Seeing forts are really cool, man. I mean, obviously again, they're so different. The forts as
I
opposed to
like the
your
tunnels they have underneath them. You know, that's what fascinates me as much as the fort. It's like, well, where do all these tunnels go, and how far do they go? And that's what. Yeah, I've done one in. Oh, hang on, was it? Yeah, I've done a third one in Plymouth. There was a third one down in Plymouth. Yeah, so I've been to quite a few over the years, and a couple of extra ones in Portsmouth that you had to pay to go into.
yeah,
Well, there's one free one called Fort Nelson, which people can visit.
yeah,
There's one we had to pay to get into, and there was a third one which was kind of incorporated into an industrial estate and had part of a nuclear bunker in the back of it. So we went and visited that one. And we did there's so many around Portsmouth. I mean, there was another one we did as well, which
yeah,
was there's just so many of these, and they were slightly inland as well. So they'd actually be if they were going to fire on ships, they'd actually be firing up and over where people were living to hit into the water.
yeah.
Yeah.
I did have the pleasure to go to one in Halifax, in Nova Scotia, which was built by the British Army, as a defense sort of, and it actually never saw any action during obviously during the wars with the Americans, right? But I mean, it's pretty neat. Like you said, the tunnel systems are amazing, and this thing was on an island, right? So I mean, the tunnels were really cool, the way they had them all dredged out, and how the shape of them still, like they've lasted for, at least what this thing's probably, I think built in. I think it was built in the 1800s, I believe. It was Fort George. It was yeah, built in the. Oh, sorry, the late. Or sorry, The actually was in use in the 1600s with the Aboriginal. And the English, when the English came over, the British Army in the 1700s used what the natives had already kind of built in there, and they obviously expanded it and built it up into a defense sort of mechanism. And I'm like, holy crap! This is actually really neat, and how like the shape it's in it's still really cool, right?
Mm.
Hey, Diesel, man, good to see you. Been a long time. Green Diesel sailing south. What's going on, buddy? Long time no see. Yeah, so yeah, that's pretty neat. And yeah, Matt, you'd probably have a blast getting on there with the boat.
Yeah.
I know. I don't know how well they keep it, under kind of surveillance. Now. I mean, it's kind of like a national park sort of thing now, provincial park. But I mean, getting in on the island itself probably wouldn't be that hard, right? But
Yeah.
pretty neat. And they like obviously the cannons are still there. Fuck, the cannons were massive,
Mm.
massive. 11 people to move these fucking cannons. Insane,
Yeah.
you know?
Thinking about it now, I took my boat out to an island in the River Severn called Flatholm,
Yeah.
and that had a number of gun emplacements on it. So that was, it technically a spread out fort,
Yeah.
And then we recently went to Steepholm, which
Yeah.
was quite a long video, and that had a lot of gun emplacements down on the edges, and so that was kind of fortified as well. So yeah, I've been to quite a few actually, really, when you add them up. And I went to the ones that were on like tripods, like metal tripods sticking out of the sea, and
Yeah.
these square boxes that were on the top, and some of those were actually connected from one to the next by a what do you call it, rope bridge. Well,
Yeah.
like not made of rope but made of metal, but like a rope type bridge swinging from one to the next. So you can imagine in heavy winds and rain trying to get across there on these wobbling kind of bloody rope bridges between the things. That would have been interesting.
Better hope you don't have vertigo.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not going across that. Screw that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, vertigo, man. Yeah,
they've been used in films quite a few times, those as well.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, various films have been when they were actually more in the 60s. I think Danger Man did an episode there where they were actually walking across the rope bridges from one to the next on this thing, on this episode, sorry. And so that was quite interesting to see how they looked when they were in operation. But I believe that some of them were taken over for use with pirate radio. And there's some we haven't gone to, which are privately owned, but they seem almost impossible to get up onto them unless you've actually got somebody there with a winch to actually send the winch down to pick you up.
Yeah.
How you'd get up there any other way is God knows. Yeah.
I think we're talking about forts and island forts and stuff. I think one that a friend of mine had the pleasure of a few times getting onto, and that's in Japan, is at Battlefield Island.
Yes.
Yeah, I believe it. What was it owned by, Toshiba or Mitsubishi? One of the two owned it and had a factory on the island and had housing and everything. People lived on this island and going
and they
there.
Had coal mines underneath it.
Yeah. What a fucking crazy place. That would be amazing to go check out a place like that.
Yeah, and I mean that was featured in a James Bond movie, one of the more recent ones.
Yeah. And it's just amazing. like he was actually lucky to see a lot of cool places in Japan. Like, I mean, I think another place was a an abandoned theme park.
Mm.
Oh wow, man, just really cool. I mean, we have one here that's on a an island in the Detroit River, um, in between, in between Windsor and Detroit, in between the two lakes. And it's an amusement park that's been there, God, I think since the 60s, 50s or 60s. And they've only started, I think, kind of demoing little bits of pieces of it and putting housing up, but there's still quite a lot still there, which I would love to get down there and check that out. I think amusement parks are really cool. Have you ever checked? Have you ever been able to check an amusement park? I think you have, haven't you?
Yeah.
I think
There was
again,
an abandoned one outside a shopping centre. That was on the
yeah,
back of a shopping centre. That was down in Exeter Way or Torquay.
yeah,
What's it called now? I forget the name of the place, but it's a chain of these shopping centres. But
yeah.
they put amusement sort of stuff around the outside of them. Yeah. Just trying to think now, how many have I done? There's a few I wanted to do, I
Yeah.
haven't got round to, but yeah.
You mean you got a few of them around?
There's a few, yeah. There was a place that had jousting that closed down. So it
Oh
was like
wow.
a medieval kind of jousting
Hmm.
thing. That closed down. I was thinking about going to see that at some point. Um, there's parts of Alton Towers have closed down,
Yeah.
apparently.
Mhm.
So they might be interesting to go and have a look at. And there's a place called Mr. Blobby World or something.
Mr.
Um,
Blobby World.
yeah, apparently it's really hard to see anything that was there. It's all kind of overgrown now, but
Oh wow.
yeah.
I think that's yeah, we there's another place not too far from here that was kind there was a place actually just down the road from me, and it was actually an old Santa's village.
Mm.
And it was just like a Christmas Santa's themed little, thing for kids, and it was really neat. I remember going in there, God, years ago, and it had all the typical, bumper cars, and the merry-go-rounds, and things for kids. And it was really eerie to see all this stuff, just no sound, just everything standing still, this kind of time capsule into the past that you remember when you kind of, rings and echoes of memories of when you were a kid. And it just, I think that's what makes them so eerie, right? I mean, yeah, man, I remember coming here when I was a kid. It used to be really cool, right?
Yeah, I'm just looking at this Solent Fort thing. I can't see any mention of Katie Colston, but it's interesting that they say some details about the site. They say it was owned by the Ministry of Defence in 1982, then was opened by the public as a museum in 2009. It was converted into a luxury hotel in 2012, but
Yeah.
closed in 2020. So it only had 8 active years of use before they gave up on it, after all the money they spent and time and effort to do it up.
I'm just seeing if I can find
The
uh,
encouragement to trespass is evident by publicly available comments on social media posts, with numerous users expressing the intention to visit, stay overnight, or even squat the property. On Facebook, some users have discussed kayaking to the property for such purposes. And it says that people who have gone there, it's resulted on multiple occasions in damage to the property. I'm like, well, not from us lot, because you see exactly what we do. We get on,
yeah.
we have a look around, we get off. I don't know who's gone up there and damaged the property. I can't understand that, because you've got to be pretty determined to want to get there and have the means to do it.
Yeah.
in order to just go there and damage it. That doesn't make much sense.
I know. I mean, I don't understand. I like, yeah, a lot of these places, people, just they're curious, and that's all it is. It's not like they're going. I mean, yeah. Again, there are a lot of people that do want to wreak havoc, but I mean, for the most part, just most people are just responsible enough to just go in and just explore it, right?
Mm.
I can't.
I think one of them, the one that's got the injunction on, is owned by Catherine Bradbury, and
Yeah,
she's a company director for 4 companies. One is called Fortify Solent Limited,
yeah.
but I mean, what are they doing with it? I mean, what's the intention? You know, and where does she get £1 million to just throw at something like that?
Yeah.
Mm.
It was hold on. Okay. No, I'm just looking. I wanted to show you this place, but it's really hard to find. So basically it was a old filming location.
Oh, she's got an investment company, Woodbury Investments LLP. So she's just dripping in money then, probably.
Probably, yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, that's not it. Yeah, I don't know where. I can't find anything on it anymore. But yeah, it was this old Santa Claus themed sort of park for kids that it was sitting in the middle of nowhere in a suburban area, and it's like it's one of those, oh yeah, I know that place, I used to go in there all the time when you're a kid. It's like, oh yeah, I remember going there when I was a kid. It's still there. Yeah, it's still there. I think they've since plowed it down and built something in there now, but yeah.
I think there's a place in Wales. We went to a part of it. It's called Oakwoods, and we went to a bit that's off-site, which was the crystal. It was called the Crystal Maze, which was a TV program where you had to kind of like go through challenges, and you'd have like old world and future world, and like kind of Egypt world, and different areas. And anyway, they recreated this inside this building, but it also had a 10-pin bowling alley next to it as well. And we went there, but we didn't bother to try and get into the amusement park, and it's now closed down. And I think they've taken the rides away as well. They've actually sort of dismantled the rides. So
Yeah.
might be one to go and visit at some point. But I'm not terribly, well, I'm not rushing to do it, because it was always classed as an absolute shithole when it was open, and hardly anything to see there. So I can't imagine that it's going to be a very exciting explore, but it might have to be done one day if we're over in that area.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't find it. Oh well. Find it.
Let's have a look actually at where Oakwood used to be, and have a look at the aerial photos of what it used to look like and how big it was.
All right.
Oakwood Park. Oakwood Park. Oakwood Park. There's loads of Oakwood Parks. Pembrokeshire. Here we are. Right. Oh no, that's actually not where I was thinking. So Oakwood in West Wales. Wales. Oakwood theme park permanently closed. Yeah, it doesn't look too. Well, actually, there's some. It looks like there's probably quite a lot of buildings there, actually.
Yeah.
So it might be worth going to have a look. It's a bit bigger than I thought. Where was the place we went then? Was it this? I think it was this building that we went to. Let me have a look. No, that's just houses. Unless it's been demolished already. I think they did say they were demolishing the the place that we went to. So let's have a look all the way around it.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, can't see where we went. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. It's got like a large, maybe building that might be an undercover water park or something. Blue Lagoon Water Open Park they've got there. It's just lots of car parking space, to be honest, and places that you could stay inside there,
Yeah.
like little chalets. But the actual park itself, yeah, it does look pretty small. It looks like it's got one big ride there, like one roller coaster.
Yeah.
And I can't see much else. There's a smaller roller coaster. So it's two. Possibly a third. It's just like three small things. But I mean, compared to any American theme park, this would be like a tenth of the size,
Yeah.
Absolutely tiny.
This isn't abandoned.
Well, here we go. From one side of the park to the others is 400 meters.
400 meters. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Holy crap.
So not all that big.
No, small. There's a place here called Ontario Place. And it was built by it was designed by a German industrials. I can't remember his name, but it was built in 1968 or 69, and it had a big cynosphere. And in fact,
I can see it. Yeah, it's on like a little island, isn't it?
Yeah, it's on a little island, and basically. It's been sitting dormant now. They're wanting to build a casino there. They're wanting to do this. They're wanting to do that. Now people are resistant. They say, look, it's a part of our heritage. Why don't we try to reinvent it and blah blah blah. But that cynosphere, I remember seeing some of the first THX. The 70 millimeter whatchamacallit. What the hell's the name of those movies now? IMAX. That was basically where they first came out of, that cynosphere.
Right. That's where it all started.
That's where it all started.
Wow.
Right. And I remember going in there, God, when I was a kid, and they before that, because it was the only camera at the time, system at the time. They would have like films, films on NASA or space and all that, and you're like, holy shit, this is incredible.
Yeah, I'm actually looking inside now at a 360 on the inside.
Yeah, it was incredible, man. Incredible feat. And then of course it went commercial and so on. The system went everywhere in the theaters, right? Hey, Devolved, how are you? Good to see you, man. So and that place is literally lying dormant now. I mean, I don't know if anybody actually, I wonder if anybody's ever gotten in there and explored it. Let me see.
You're Toronto, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm just outside. I'm about a 45-minute drive out of Toronto.
It says temporarily closed, but yeah. There's an amphitheater.
Yep.
Which is a live music venue.
That's still there, yeah. Let's see here. Come on, commercials. So many commercials. And this is not showing an Explorer. It's showing you what it used to be like. But I think they started.
Billy Bishop, Toronto City Airport. Billy Bishop.
Yeah. Yeah, that's still there.
There's Centerville Amusement Park, which is temporarily closed, it says as well.
Yeah, that's Centerville, and then you have Center Island, and there's like a whole group of islands that were built off the main land and sort of acting, as a well, Center Island is again, it's just a place that you can you take a ferry over to it, and then it's got things, kids village and trails and all sorts of things, boats and stuff. You can, do all sorts of little things. And again, it's ideal for kids. But the thing is, there was massive floodings there. Like literally the islands would flood. I think, what was it? Just before COVID, just before the vid, I think we had a high tide, and quite literally the islands were like completely submerged.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it was crazy. And it was the same with Ontario Place, which is not too far, just down a little bit from Center Island. Same thing, but yeah, it was a cool place, man.
Yeah, it looks quite funky. It looks interesting.
Yeah.
But you've got the actual the airport is basically on an island.
Yep, that Billy Bishop is where Porter flies in and out of. That's on a man-made island.
What does Porter mean?
Porter's one of the airlines.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, it's an airline that it was domestic and now it's international. I believe they do some flights to down to the U.S. and I don't know if they fly over to Europe or not. I can't remember if they fly to Europe or not. But yeah, they've grown. I mean, they're actually Porter. Is it Porter even around anymore? I think they're swallowed up.
Well, they've got Porter FBO Limited.
Yeah,
they actually own the airport, I believe.
Yeah, they're still around. Yeah, Porter's still.
But to get to that actual thing, you've got to take a ferry.
You got to take a ferry to get over to the island. Yeah.
Yeah, to kind of get to the airport, even.
Yep. Yeah.
And that's kind of weird.
It is. I mean, basically, when they were thinking about when they thought about building this airport, it was on a pre-existing island that was built years ago for some other stuff. And it was ideal for a runway. I know they had to build or expand a part of the island to house the runway. It was just for domestic flights within, and then all of a sudden, I guess because the traffic was just so insane, the flights increased, and again the locations increased. Again, they started doing international flights. So I mean, it's really taken off, and not to mention it's right in Toronto, right? I mean, it's a major hub.
There's a coffee company called Balzac's, Balzacs, Balzac's. But it sounds like Balzac.
Balzac, yeah, Balzac, yeah.
And they got a 2.1 review with 171 reviews. Like people saying,
they're horrible.
Food, crap.
They're horrible. Their coffee sucks. If you like coffee, it's horrible. It's horrible. That's funny. Wait, they got it. Do they have a kiosk there?
In the airport, yeah.
Balzac.
Yeah. We dip our balls in your coffee before we serve it to you.
Yeah, it's just sweaty.
Test to the heat.
Yeah. Sweaty. What is it? South Park? Sweaty balls, sweaty chocolate balls.
Yeah. Oh. Suck on my chocolate salty balls. Put them in your mouth and suck them.
Yeah. Yeah. It's it was to kind of alleviate some of the air traffic away from Pearson. Pearson is archaic too. I mean, they really need to fucking update that airport.
Mm.
It's like an international airport, and it's fucking horrible. Flying in and out of it is just it's horrible. It's one of the worst airports in the world, I think.
Well, it's really landlocked by various buildings. It's right in the
Yeah.
middle of like everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
And all it was is because it was in an area that was all farmland. And quite literally, they built up in and around it once they had the airport built. It's like, it's horrible now. It's horrible. One of the worst places to fly. And the terminals are fucking archaic. You know, it's time to update them. It's ridiculous. And the wait times are ridiculous. But I don't know. What are you gonna do?
I'm looking in the terminals now. I'm inside.
Yeah, the terminals are archaic.
Well, they're kind of futuristic. I don't know.
Terminal 3 is okay. Terminal 2 is horrible. It's I don't even know if they even use Terminal 2 still. I think
Let's have a look.
Terminal 3 I think is the only terminal they still use regularly.
Right, there's Terminal 3. This is probably Terminal 2. It says Level 2, it's called. I don't know, Level 2. I don't know. Don't know whether that is this terminal. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, Terminal 1.
Yeah,
Terminal 3. Where's this Terminal 2 then?
I think Terminal 2 was dismantled and they got rid of it to make Terminal 3.
Right.
So Terminal 1 is the only other one, and I don't think that's even in use.
Really?
It might be used for smaller Cessnas and so on and so on, but I don't think any international flights I think are out of Terminal 3. Right.
It's weird because there's a photo and there's only one person in the whole terminal. In fact, and there's another photo and there's only about 5 people in the whole terminal.
Yeah.
And yeah, doesn't look like there's not many people.
It's a pretty busy. It's a hub. It's pretty big, but again, like I said, it's horrible. It's like I mean
like when I'm looking at all these where the planes land, they dock and the things come out, the jetties come out to you, and there's not one single aircraft.
Really?
On Google Maps, there's no aircraft parked at anything. I'm going all the way around it now. You think for any time of the day, during daylight when these photos would be taken.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing. There's no aircraft.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's pretty.
There's 2 aircraft, but they look like there's 3 aircraft, but they're near the Air Canada. Well, actually, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but they're all around the Air Canada terminal, which looks like it's for maintenance.
Yeah, I mean, Air Canada being the largest, I think the largest hub. I'm just trying.
And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, but they're all way away from the terminals. Like as if they're storage or maintenance. But actually, on the terminals, nothing.
Yeah,
not one aircraft parked up.
Here's let me just see.
Which is quite odd, I would have thought, for it's supposed to be an international airport.
Here's one here.
Let
me see if I can bring it up a bit. No.
Well, yeah, look at that photo where there's loads of aircraft sitting around it. There ain't on Google Maps.
No, Google Maps, no.
The place is dead.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe it was during COVID.
It says imagery is 2025.
Oh, okay.
It says it's 2025. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Maybe they did take these photos over there, but no, they still take photos of everywhere, no matter where.
Yeah.
Because they get air traffic control permission to fly through and do their photography runs, So I don't know. It's weird.
Let's see, Google.
You could do Google Earth and go back in time and see if there's any photos that have got.
I was just going to do that, yeah.
Yeah. So what's it called? Palmerston?
Pearson.
Pearson, Canada Airport. Let's see what we got.
Okay, so that's Terminal 1. So Terminal 3. Yeah, even there's no airplanes. Oh, wait, there's some in one of the smaller terminals. But none in...
Yeah, but I don't think that is a terminal, though, is it?
No,
Is that
no,
Canada?
no.
And it's disconnected from anything.
Yeah, you're right. You're not kidding, man. There's no planes.
Yeah. I'm going to turn it back in time, show historical imagery.
Yeah.
We got 2025. Oh, yeah. Well, if you go back, well, that was a 2025 photo, but if you go back to the early part of 2025, then there's quite a few aircraft.
Oh, yeah?
How did they pick a day when there was no aircraft? There's aircraft at nearly every terminal thing. Well, they must have picked a real day when there was no aircraft.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really busy in the historical photos.
Let's see. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, let's see.
2024. 2025. Yeah, 2024 is quite busy as well. Yeah, loads of aircraft. Yeah, 2024. 2023, pretty busy. I mean, maybe...
I'm going all the way back to 2020.
2022, busy. I wonder why they got a photo day when there was no aircraft there.
Oh, they're building terminal. Yeah, look at that. That's Terminal 1. This is before Terminal 2 or Terminal 3. There's Terminal 3. They're just building Terminal 3. Completed. Wow.
2018.
Lots of planes. Yeah, lots of planes.
Yeah.
Weird.
How the hell did they manage to take a photo where there's no aircraft, I wonder?
Staged. Who knows? Who knows? That's weird. Weird. Anyways, Matt, I have to end this.
Okay. No worries, mate.
Great catching up with you, man. And I look forward to your upcoming Explorers, the vid.
Yeah, I heard you had John Hanson coming on soon.
Yeah, he's on December 7th. So that's it'll be at 5, so 10 p.m. your time.
Right, okay. I shall put it in my thing, December the 7th, which is a Sunday.
Yep. Sunday.
And I'll say nocturnal frequency, John Hanson.
Yeah, looking forward to having him on.
So it'll be 10 p.m. for me, is it, you say?
10 p.m. UK time.
Okay, brilliant.
All right.
Okay, great. Well, we'll speak to you soon. Take it easy, and thanks. Say hello, everybody who's in the chat.
Hey, take care, everybody. Thanks for popping in. And Matt, take care, mate.
Okay, all the best. Cheers, everybody.